Welcome to our channel. I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Hugo.
We're Sell Quick, Ship Quick, part-time resellers.
Full-time hustlers.
And we are taking you into our garage today for some shipping.
Yeah, you know, we normally, like you said, we do ship on Saturdays, but to help stay at home a little bit more, if we can, we skipped Saturday shipping, so we have a little bit more things to ship today.
Yeah, so thankful, but this weekend we did do kind of good.
Yeah, this was a good weekend, including a nice big object, which we'll also show you how we ship that too.
But I think we have 18 items on eBay, 1 on Mercari, 2 on Poshmark, 1 on Tradesy. So it was, and I mean, we're taking almost all the offers.
Yeah, we're taking a lot, which is good because we've had high offers and some buys that are just coming in full price buys. But again, keeping that traffic going, and now we're going to take care of this shipping. But for those who don't know, because we have talked about it in the past, and I'll make sure to link that inventory video, we'll go through a quick summary of how we do our, well, inventory, or how she sets that up.
And if you're new to our channel, please hit the subscribe button and the bell for notifications, and we'd appreciate a thumbs up. Alright, so I will guide Hugo into which items to grab from the bins. We have our SKU listed on all our item descriptions, so we'll start with Mercari first. I was going to say Madewell, but it's Madewell that's sold on Mercari. So we're going to do Mercari, then Poshmark and Tradesy, because those only have 1 or 2 items. So starting with Mercari, we have one, and if you can see on my screen, it says A72, oh, just kidding, A7218. So A7218, we have bin 72 down there somewhere.
And of course, it's the most awkward bin. Here, I'll get it. Dun dun.
Yep, and as you can see, the weight is on there, so this does weigh over a pound, which will let Mr. Shipquick know to put this in a flat rate priority envelope.
Now, I think we'll just speed up the rest so you guys to see how we get everything down.
Okay, over here, Hugo has his dual monitor set up. He's got eBay open on that screen. Dun dun dun. And we have our handy dandy Rollo. And there's the shipping scale that is plugged in. So we are going to start with
Mercari. Mercari, we got our jeans. And for the Mercari, we do free shipping, which means we use pirate ship. So for this one, I'm just
and if you don't know what pirate ship is, it is a third-party shipping service that we use that gives us a really good shipping rate instead of using the prepaid Mercari shipping rates, which are a little bit higher than what pirate ship would offer you. So here we have that 1 pound Mercari item. Gonna go through pirate ship.
As you saw, again, well, first off, teamwork makes the dream work. But we were able to get everything set up all in one batch. And now you notice I didn't print one label at a time because I did go in and do the bulk shipping, which means now all completed, done, paid. In total, for this batch of the eBay stuff, paid about 60 bucks for shipping. Now come here, print all this on our awesome Rollo. Love the Rollo. Had some experience with the, what do you call it? the Dymo, but I prefer the Rollo. And look at that go. It's a lot easier than back when I would have to do the laser printer, cut it and tape it. And even then I never actually did use the labels on the laser printer. So, but there you go. So, loving this. And again, this is only eBay. You saw we did do the other one separate. So Tradesy got printed separate, Mercari, and the 2 Posh sales. But if you look here, now I've done it a couple times. I'll show you guys one more. There you go. You see that right there? That's the same SKU number that is on the bags. So now, even though everything is packaged, I can just go ahead and put the labels on to the label on that, the SKU number. Now if you don't have a SKU number, it won't print out. And if you have a variable listing, it'll just print out the full variable listing name. So those are a couple hiccups, but other than that, love the system. It helps make everything streamlined. Now I'm curious, I've asked in the past, and just in case you're new to the channel, do you use the inventory system with using SKUs? Do you know what that is? I mean, if you have questions, you could always ask us here, or find us on Instagram at Sell Quick Ship Quick. We're a lot quicker to answer DMs there. But that finding a system, especially with let me see here, a little blurry there, especially with current events, you got time to make a system. Of course, if you're up for it, I mean, everyone has kids at home and everything, but this is the time when you can sit down and figure out what works best for you. Alright, so if you were on our live, because we have these awesome Saturday Night Lives, you'll see it, I'll tag it here, you would have seen that while we were on our live, we sold that awesome guitar. So that guitar is a signed guitar by the Dave Matthews Band, along with the certificate of authenticity. So it's a collectible, it's definitely delicate, so it's fragile, and we want to pack this up real nice and tight, and we're also going to add insurance to it. So I'm going to show you guys how I'm doing this. Enjoy. Hopefully I don't bend over the wrong way and point my butt at the camera, but we'll see. Okay, so bubble done. As you saw, I bubbled the neck nice and tight, multiple layers. I had some big bubbles, which are better for these bigger fragile items, just because you use less, or else if I would have used a small one, I would have done even more reps, and I would have felt like I'm wasting more bubble because it's taking more layers. Also, wrap the base of it, or whatever you call it, the body of the guitar, multiple times. I also put the certificate of authenticity in a little Ziploc bag to make sure this is safe, and I don't forget to put it in there. So this is a Home Depot box. It's their large box. If you notice, if I fold the flaps, obviously the guitar is not going to fit. But if I have the flaps open, it works. And I don't need all sides for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the box in half, and I'm going to build a box out of this. A lot of this is arts and crafts. As you're going along, you figure it out. Have a couple of tools I like to use. I have my box cutter. I have the scissors that I like to use. And I got an awesome box resizer. I'll make sure to add those links, affiliate links down below. Very helpful, especially when you're doing arts and crafts, because you gotta kind of think on the go. Oddly enough, as much as I like shipping, I'm not great at gift wrapping. I've given Tiffany some really bad gift wrapping, which is why most things come in a bag. I didn't show you the whole thing because it's just a lot of repeat and repeat, but I did do arts and crafts. Figured it out. I used my scissors to score. I didn't actually end up using my box resizer because I didn't need it, but I wrapped the neck of the guitar, I wrapped the body of the guitar. But one thing I missed, thanks to our friends at Thrifty Gold Store, we had a thrift battle with them where we actually brought this guitar up, but they brought it up when shipping. Make sure you loosen the strings, not take them off, but loosen them very well so that during transport there's no chance that the guitar might break during the heat changes and all kinds of things that happen. The guitar might get too tight and might break even. So I made sure to do that. Added the certificate of authenticity slip in there. But if you noticed, I scored the boxes. I didn't use the box resizer after all, but I scored the boxes. I folded it so it fits nice and tight. And inside the box, there's no room for wiggle, which is what you always want, whether it's a guitar or a small hard good. And then I was going to use the same box to put on top and cut it up, but I remembered, and that's why I have some box scraps, that I had some boxes that fit perfectly on the ends. So as you saw, I took those apart, put them on top, taped everything down nice and tight. And I used good tape, not just eBay tape. I use good tape because I need this to stick and handle well. When it comes down to shipping, I don't like to be too cheap because you want to make sure the items get to the people safe and sound and in good condition. But here you go. Here is the guitar. A lot of tape, nice and tight. I'm not afraid to use tape. But I tape it all angles, all directions to make sure it's all well and tight. I used to try to do wrap around this, like plastic wrap, but then they told me at the shipping place they don't like that because it gets messed up with their conveyor belts. So I gotta be nice to them, gotta be helpful, and do my part. I paused my podcast. Remember, I tell you, I listen to this stuff, especially when I'm in here alone. Let me see, I don't know, blurry face. Okay, so took down all the dimensions. This ended up weighing, I put it down at 9.5. Actually, it was 8.5. Oh my, might have paid extra. Let's see, now it's the same price. And the reason it's the same price is because it's dimensions. Now, put the dimensions in, so it weighed about 8.5 pounds. It's 43 inches high by 15 inches by 4 inches, right? Decent sized box, and the dimensions are important when you're doing shipping. Oftentimes it's not that heavy, but I've had other items that are similar weight but a lot smaller and they ship for a lot less. So the weight is no longer just the main factor for your shipping rate. Now originally I thought I was gonna have to go through UPS or something with this, but instead, current events, I don't really want to be out too much. Boxed it with what I had here, and I had plenty to work with, so you saw that. And when I took measurement, I could actually still send this through USPS, so it's going to be easy for me. I just have to go to one place. And the shipping rate is still less than what I charge the buyer in terms of actual shipping rate. Now keep in mind, when you're doing shipping rate, it's not just what you're paying to ship it, it's your material. So in here I have box tape. Granted, this is all stuff that's been recycled and I've had for some time, but it's still material that I've paid for, tape. Definitely paid for tape. And I used it. But this is going to go priority. And it already comes to $100 insurance, but I will be adding more insurance and signature because this item sold for a grand total of $500. I think it was almost just shy of $600 with tax and shipping. So definitely going to insure it and add signature for it. But person should be home. I mean, we should all be home. So they shouldn't miss their delivery. There's that on the plus side. Get this done and then gonna head inside. So while I was shipping the guitar, Tiff helped me with all the clothing and the other stuff. She's now back at making cookies. Oh my gosh. I love her cookies. It's not because she's just because she's my wife. No. These are my favorite cookies ever. Which is kind of sad because right now it's hard for me to find flour. and that's one of the things she needs. So thankfully we still had some flour, so she made cookies last night, and she's finishing them up right now. But we'll go in and sneak up on her. Shipping complete. As you saw, I got to drop it off. I go alone, especially normally I do, and especially with things going on right now, I do go alone. That was a quick trip. Got some lunch, and we're gonna have some dessert too. What do we got going on?
Cookies the size of my face.
Remember I told you they're my favorite cookies? I mean, they're giant.
They're sea salted chocolate chip cookies. And they're really good. Really, really good.
Really, really good.
Yeah, so I've taken up baking during this time.
Recipes, because you're trying out different recipes from the different books. Baking,
cooking, doing all the things that I put off.
Mm-hmm. We joke around about puzzling, but for us, that's something she really likes to do. But we haven't done in a long time because...
In over a year. Because we've lived here for more than a year.
Yeah, we didn't pull them out. And the reason for that is we're so focused on the hustle, we didn't get a chance to slow down and make a puzzle.
Yeah, it's one of those, like, do you feel guilty for doing something that's not productive?
And on a normal schedule, we really did feel guilty for not being productive as much as we were. So
puzzles and baking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And with that, I hope you enjoyed. And keep an eye out. This is what we shipped out, and this is being Monday. You'll see what the numbers will come out Wednesday on our What's Sold video.
Yes.
Bye-bye.